now.
So, first of all, Pamela, I want to thank you deeply from my heart. I received information from my friend Sonam that you wanted me to come to do this interview podcast with you. I'm very happy. Okay, yes. Getting back to the main point. Early life of my memory would be, so to speak, if I make it short, not too long, is that one thing that I must say that repeats throughout is I always got in deep understanding that, everything is in your hands. For me, at the age of 2.5, being recognized as the incarnation of Khentse Rinpoche, I did not feel a sense of responsibility or whatever, expectation. I just felt life is now different. What I used to remember, my father, my mother, my wonderful sister, my brother, and my caretakers, my friends, all are disappearing. And now I'm in a ginormous monastery with unknown faces. And then under the guidance of Sheshan Ramjar Rinpoche. And then very strict Tibetan Buddhist rigorous training, and of course with the kindness, guidance of my English teacher Sally Devoxin. She taught me English. My two childhood friends, Tochatruko, Dashchimi with me, and my life kind of began with that.
Yes.
As you know very well, I spent half of my life in Bhutan, in Sansam. That is why I can still tell the parups, the machi parup chacha, kamo sewa chinse. So I joke with them and I say, I remember Paro from being a very cute, homey, town. You feel like it was like in America, we have the Wild Wild West cowboy town. Now it's completely modernized. And I remember those days you used to take at least 2.5 hours to reach from Paro to Thimphu. And now it's like if you go very fast, 45 minutes and maybe 1 hour. And we have traffic jams in Thimphu, so to speak.
Yes.
So I saw so much changes just in Bhutan itself, not including other countries that I have visited. Now, if I may say something very crucial, throughout my journey of my life, I will point out three important things. That are, I am very lucky. I have met some great enlightened being teachers, yogis, babas, sadhus, so genuine, so lovely, such a jewel of a human being. Some of them are Tibetan, some of them are Bhutanese, some of them are Sikkimese, some of them are Nepali, Indian, some of them are Westerners, some of them are Iranians also, some of them are female also, and male also. At the end of the day, they gave something to me that is so priceless and precious, and I will never forget their kindness.
Yes.
Then secondly, throughout my journey, I met many people, I encountered many people, and I come across many people. But the people who, if I may say so, come from a very, poor background, so to speak, that is the truth, They have nothing. They really have nothing. They have hardly anything to feed their own self or family. But my goodness, it still give me the goosebump and the tear in my eye. The innocence in their heart and genuineness when they come to see you, they give everything what they have to you. And they say only one thing, please just pray for my family and me, and may you live long and may you be happy. I could not believe what I'm hearing. That you have nothing, you're giving me everything. This kind of people who I encountered, Bhutan, Nepal, India, or in the West, I will never forget them. I still remember them, I still visit them, and my loyalty, and as we say in Dzongkha, Tamtsik, I will never let them down. That is the one sole reason I'm coming back to Bhutan. Last minute, I made decision. I came from Nepal to Bhutan is to meet my good friends, my heartfelt, you know, I would never let them go. And I know they will never let me down also. These people, these are friends who I can call my friends, my people, gave me the drive of encouragement, inspiration to go on in my life, to do what I need to do and be completely myself, you know. And lastly, I must always say, in Bhutan, to the connection I have from my predecessor, Dilgo Khentse Yangshi and his connection to Jayum Chemo Kezan children, and Aji Pembem, Aji Kezan, Aji Bebe Kezan, Aji Savitri, all the Kukor, and Ruja Shiva, the Rujangaba, and Rujangabagi Mayum, Yumtsiriandru, all these connections I have with the royal family in Bhutan. Since I was a young child till now as an adult, 33, 34 years old man, my loyalty with them has never been broken. And I have always kept a wonderful, heart-touching connection with them, as always. And I always like to say one thing. I am a Dharma practitioner. I am doing my best to be the best version of a human being. And most importantly, I am a law-abiding citizen.
Yes.
That is what I would like to say to answer your question.
Thank you, La. Thank you so much, La Rinpoche. How was it for Chapje Rinpoche to be, taken in the monastery, like your childhood, La?
Yes. So, I must always say, I am very proud as a childhood. When I look at kids nowadays and I look at myself, I confess, I always joke with my mother and she loves it. I say, Mother, thanks to you, I'm the most cutest child ever. So, it's a joke, of course. And then, one thing I feel very proud is, Napema, you also know from your time, is that when we were young kids and when you were young kids, we got a chance to play with nature. No?
Yes.
Mud and insect and dogs and cats and go in the forest and play with flowers and chase up the dragonflies. That is called the beauty of childhood with nature. Yes. That's why we call Mother Earth, Mother Nature. And since I had that chance, I must say I'm very proud. I wasn't stuck on a screen or a laptop or Game Boy. I never had interest.
Yes.
And of course, the perks of being a child was there, but the sadness also in my life was, I noticed in my life as a child growing up, I only saw one thing in the monastery. Monastery always talked about the Dharma, the purity and the teaching, but what I witnessed was power, money, politics, and all about, taking advantage of people, lying, cheating, being cunning, and shamot kamshe, shamokam dami, and all that.
Yes.
This really broke my heart because of the Buddha, Guru Rinpoche, Vajrayogini, Mahasiddha of India, the great masters in Bhutan or Tibet, never did that, never said that. They not just far away, but in our own generation of time, the great masters who have roamed around Bhutan, roamed around India, Sikkim, Nepal, Tibet, or Sri Lanka, wherever, they were just like us. They were just like humans. They loved being with us. They enjoyed with us. They had a wonderful life, but they gave teachings and practice. They were, as the Americans say, practice what you preach. They were the living example of that. And you can, most importantly, you can approach them any moment. You can go see them at any moment. Their door was open and they can come to visit you. They stay with you. They were like a family. Unfortunately, what I saw in the monastery was hierarchy system. And I felt so disheartened because what I learned from my Kadin Shembo Abba, late father, the one thing he always shined to me was be humble, have humility, have integrity, and always be there for the people who really need you. Say, I remember when I was young, I don't get spend time with my parents much, but whenever I had, I remember sometime times at 12 or 1 a.m. in the midnight, my father will get up, call his driver, call his attendant, and go doing puja, doing cremations, praying. And after my father passed away, I had the joy of my life when I met so many strangers saying how my father changed their life, how my father took care of their debts, how my father paid off their parents' medical bill, how he changed everyone, and how he was able to spread love, dharma, spirituality, wisdom, compassion, and equanimity. And the most importantly, he made sure everyone felt the fatherly love. And I felt to myself, if he was just good to me and not good to other people, that is not a valuable, that is not a definition of a good human being. But he was absolutely brilliant to everyone. When my father passed away, there was a time where and my financial situation was very tough, And so many people came to me saying, don't worry, we help you. They took out whatever they had, gave me money, bought me food rations. I was crying every day there. I couldn't thank these people's kindness to me. And I couldn't believe I still right now every day cry and I think about my father, not because I miss him, it's because I can't believe my father was so kind to me, Even when he died long ago, now I'm at this point, and he was always telling me, I won't be there for you when you grow up, but you will be just exactly like me. But remember one thing, do not mingle with dharma centers and monasteries. Stay on your own ground, follow your dharma path in quiet. And one more thing he said, I will send good people for you who will become your friends and take care of them. And my father was true. It is happening now, I must be honest to answer your question. I suffered unimaginably. But I'm not going to be an American teenager and cry and say, oh my God, I've suffered so much. I'm such an innocent victim. Everybody's bad. I'm not doing that, Kunchosu. I'm not backstabbing anyone. I tell myself every day, I have no enemies. I don't snitch on people. I don't backstab people. I don't betray people. You even kill me, I will not fight back. You betray me, I will not expose you. Even though I know the dirty secrets of all these people who have done so wrong to me, bad to me, they are Rinpoches, Lamas, Khenpos, and Tulkus, and whatever, some of the disciples of my predecessors and so forth, they did to me, unimaginable. You cannot imagine. But here I am, smiling, walking in Thimphu town, jogging with everybody, hugging everyone, talking to elderly ages and anges and young people and telling young couples, hey, fall in love, okay? Love is beautiful. I'm happy, I feel like I am the incarnation of Rumi, full of love. I'm dancing in my own way, And this is what I find like a practitioner should be, I'm not saying I'm brilliant, but I'm just saying I'm so grateful, very lucky. Every day I'm lucky, man. And I'm pinching myself saying, don't be overconfident, don't be overcomfortable, know your place, reflect yourself, improve, practice the Dharma. And you see, I'm one thing. I am just completely myself. Tari, people who are watching this, you see me here, you see me on the street, I am the same person. We have a saying in Tibetan, be the same person inside and outside. That is the golden heart. So you see, I suffered like hell. There were times, in my life, I used to scratch myself and say, do I really deserve this? Like, am I really that bad? Am I really a monster? You can imagine, Pamela, I used to receive thousands of emails and WhatsApp messages and WeChat people telling me, you should go burn yourself, you should go swallow a broken glass, you're a monster, you're a devil, we will crucify you. Some people used to send me snippet photos of me cut in pieces, and then they're taking a hammer and hammering with nails. I mean, my mother used to look at me and say, my son, I know you, I know you, I know you. That's all what my mother said. I used to cry, because I don't cry for myself, but I felt so bad for my mother.
Yes.
She doesn't deserve this, you know. And still to this day, I tell my mother, like, you know, whatever it is, I know you're going to die one day, but I want to make you feel like I did not fail you. You know, this is what I always tell my mother. And one thing I always tell myself, you know, Khamche, I suffered. I will never keep a grudge. The people who have done so bad to me, I've looked at their faces, some of them, and I said, look, I forgive you, you know. I cannot forget. I'm a human being. I still have scars, you know, like when I walk, sometimes like my body shakes like this because I have scars in me and I'm not hiding it. Why should I hide? I want to be who I am, you know. It's high time that we need to be who I am. People tell me and say, you're a young Lama, you're good for the young generation. You are absolutely wrong. I am an old soul and I'm just reviving the ancient tradition of how to be a genuine human being and how to be a genuine Dhamma practitioner. This is the ancient tradition. This is not the new age. And you see, Lamas and Rinpoches who have done so bad to me and wrong to me, forcefully accusing me of things I've never done. You see, the worst thing you can do to me is look at my face, knowing who I am, and say, you're a rapist, you're a sexual predator, and you are a beast. Come on, you know. I used to shake in my own hands when I was told that.
Yes.
And when I walk around, when parents used to come from Jeka and when they brought their little children, I said, please push them away. You know, that's the fear I get. Still to this day, I love children. I have a fatherly love to a child. You know, I love to be around children. I am an innocent heart. But when people see me with young girls and boys, they immediately think I'm a rapist or a child predator or whatnot, you know. It's not my fault, it's their fault. If your mind is, negative, please don't blame me, you know. Reflect on yourself, kuche, you know. But it's heartbreaking for me because at the end of the day, you know, all this... Well, you see, something happened to me, I must say. Something kind of changed now, you know, for quite a while. After I came back, I did a puja in Bali last year in December, and then I came back to Nepal. I had a knee operation in Nepal because my knee was damaged, and I'm still recovering. And after that, I don't know, some sort of a wavelength, I must say, was changing. So many unknown people, the public were showing me so much of love and acceptance. And the most touching thing happened in Nepal recently. I was struggling with my financial situation so much. I don't have a bank. I still use cash because I'm a very old-fashioned man. And whatever people offer me, I keep it. And I always give money to people when they need it, you know. I can't keep money so much. I don't understand the financial situation so much. I'm very terrible in math also. So that's why I live in that kind of situation. I had a very tough time with my finance. And I always had this sadness in my heart, you know. I was always forcefully told to believe. My tutor, people, when I was young, my tutor, and everybody used to tell me this, like, you're very stupid, you're useless. Your predecessor was like Manjushri and brilliant, but you're so stupid and useless and pathetic and disgraceful. So I believed it so much. So during that time in Nepal, having financial situation difficulty, I just cried so much. And then I told my good friend, he's my attendant also, I said, let's go to Baudha Kora as a walk. So we both went. I said, let's see what happens now. Let's just go. We don't know. When I went to Baudha Kora, in 1 hour time, almost 600 to 700 people from nowhere came around, start hugging me, taking pictures and taking chawa and showering with me so much immense love to me. And I couldn't even believe it. My whole life, I've never experienced that in Nepal. And the most incredible thing is, I accidentally bumped into one old lady. She was from Upper Mustang in that part of Nepal. I said, Amla, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. And then she looked at me and she said, where are you from? I said, I'm Khamba. My father is Khamba. And she said, Khamba? Oh, okay. There are good Khamba and there are bad Khamba. And then she looked at me jokingly and said, I think you are the good one, no? And then I just stood there like that, just let her speak. And then most incredible thing, me having this heartbreak of being uneducated and illiterate feeling, suddenly she looked at me and she was stroking my face like that. And then she said, son, you know what? Inner wisdom is far more greater and brilliant than educated wisdom. Your eyes say you have inner wisdom. Never forget that. Okay. And then she saying that to me and touching me, I just burst into tears. I couldn't believe it, I didn't want the old lady to see me. So I said, Amla, sorry, thank you. And I ran. I had to wipe my eyes. I could not believe it. And I'll be very honest today. I'm an adult, but I still shiver body when people tell me, you have done good, you're really good, great. When people say something positive to me, I can't accept it because I'm not used to it, I'm not lying. I'm so used to being bullied and being told so many nasty things. I can accept that, but I cannot accept positive words. I still feel very uncomfortable, It's a trauma with me. But at the end of the day, I want to just say one thing, and I made it very clear on my Facebook page. Whatever they have said and done to me, I will never say one word back to them. I will never betray them. I will still keep my thamsik. This is who I am. And that's why I call myself I am my father's son. That is my quality. At the end of the day, if I be very honest, the sad story is, there were times, because I was told so many times by people, you are a monster, you're terrible, you're a disgrace, you should kill yourself, all that. And being told that so many times, I told myself, if I'm people think I'm a monster, then a monster should be eliminated, So I start writing back to people saying, please, I'm staying in this room, I am here, I'm alone, I'm completely unarmed, come and kill me, I'm not going to stop you. I'll be happy if you kill me, because if you believe I'm a monster, please do it. Because if I'm dead, in the history there are stories of slaying monsters. You slay me, someone better will come and take over. I was begging people to kill me. Have you heard somebody say that? No. This is who I am. This is my quality, I beg people, kill me, please, If you think I'm a monster, I'm a child rapist, I'm a predator, kill me. Kuche. I will put my head like this, cut it off, I won't stop you. But you see, something incredible happened in my life, I attempted to take my own life, commit suicide 10 times. Every 10 times, I could not do it. Something somehow stopped me. There was one incident that happened to me in Sri Lanka. I was staying just outskirts of Colombo city. And one night I wrote a long letter, goodbye letter. I prepared myself and I said, tonight is midnight. There was a train station. Every night there was an internal train that goes around the whole nation. I know the station. I said, I'm going to go there. I'm going to lay down and let the train just crush me. That's it. Goodbye. And I told myself, I'm so sorry to my mother. I'm so sorry to my family. And I'm so sorry to all my friends who love me. I failed you, but I wish somebody better will come on my place. Ani Beuchin, I made my peace and I was not fearful of death. I laid on the train. I could hear in my ear and feel the vibration of the train. It was coming, It was like, it was making that sound coming, Out of nowhere, this tall American tourist, completely drunk, drinking beer and shouting and screaming. And he looked at me, he said, what are you doing? What are you doing? He grabbed me, he pulled me out and he kind of slapped me on my head. He said, what are you doing being a loser? And he looked at me, he said, you know what? Good guys always have to suffer. Bad guys know how to get away. If you're suffering, it means you're good. Boy, get your life straight. Go back. And he pushed me. I was in a kind of a dreamlike world and I felt like, okay, that's it. I want to live. I want to live, And I told my mother, I said, I'm so sorry, I failed you. And, and I want to also say one thing, in my life, I'm not a monk. I'm never a monk. And now I made it clear. I don't wear robes. I have long hair and earrings, whatever. And I have had relationship before. I must say only one word. I am very lucky that girls have accepted me as a boyfriend, but I failed very badly as boyfriend, and I must say I take full responsibility, accountability for it. I am not going to be a loser and say I was so great and the women were bad. No, I would say I was the failure, and I will bow and say I'm so sorry, But I will say thank you for loving me, allowing me to love you back, and giving me a chance to understand what is a relationship, what is a companionship, what is love. I'm very grateful. I have learned many lessons in my life, and it was very important. It was an eye-opener, And at the end of the day, right now, I must tell myself, I don't know what I did, but I'm very lucky. I'm so lucky. I don't know what I did, really. The other day I was in Thimphu, the Gonzo shooting. So many people came hugging me, touching me, saying, can we take a picture? Can we take a picture? I was in Changyou Park. Can we take? I said, please come. I don't care. Just do it, I said, I'm here for you. I'm not a bear. I'm not a tiger. I'm not going to eat you. Just come. I'm a human being, And you know what I tell you? What is the most joy in my heart when fathers and mothers bring their daughters and sons and say, please, can we take a picture? And when they allow and give me permission to at least hold or hug their children, do you know how much I cry afterwards? I go to my room and I cry. And I tell myself, I don't know what I did. I'm so lucky. I'm a lucky man. That's what I tell myself, It's just such a blessing in my heart, a true blessing. I always tell people, blessing is not power. Blessing is when you feel it in your heart, that warmth, that safety, that unjudging, unwavering love and compassion. That is blessing. That is the hardcore blessing, that we need. We need this so much in this world, In Bhutan, we need it so much. I am all with you. You're all with me. And I want to say one more thing. Without the Jigtenpa, we will be dead by tomorrow. The Jigtenpas are supporting us with medicine, with love, with care, with shelter, with food, with coffee, with water, with place to sit, with clothes. So you're going to tell Jigtenpa, oh, you go away. We are so big up there. Okay, you'll be naked on the mountain there. Tomorrow you'll be eaten by a bear. So what? The great Mahasiddhas of India were roaming around with people and enjoying their time, talking, teaching. That's what I want to do. I'm not trying to imitate people. I don't copy people. But it inspires me, like the Americans like to say, it gives me butterflies in my stomach, So Anibenetik, that's what I find attractive. For me, that is attractive. Integrity, innocent heart, good heart, genuineness, heartfelt wisdom is attractive. It's the crisp of life, I must say. And it is so tantalizing to my eyes and to my heart, And I always aspire to better myself, better myself as much as I can. And I add one more addition. As you know, and the whole world knows, I have received so much accusation and very nasty backstabbing, whatever. I told myself, if you hate me, let me do you a favor. Let me come to you. If you want to do something, hallelujah, do it to me, And I went there alone, wearing a chuba. You know what I did? I didn't do this. I did this. And I said, look here, my chest is here. You want to kill me? Here you go. I'm right here for you. Do whatever you want. Complete opposite happened. All the monks and lamas were running to me and hugging me and saying, we love you. We love you so much. We miss you, say. And I said, I miss you too. I'm not gay, but I love you, And I went to the temple. I was offering money. To the lamas. Have lunch, enjoy, be happy, live life fully. Be a good practitioner, okay? Take care of your parents. pamlu cha shugo, pam kadi chemboins, be harmonious. I went 2 times. Both times I was showered with love. Even some of the Khempos, the high rank Khempos, who I know very well, who I have helped them when they need me, but who have betrayed me in the worst case possible, and was still saying bad things and doing bad things to me. I saw them with my eyes, and you know what I did? I said, Khempola, Tashidele, how are you? How is your family? Take care, okay? Mekuncho always bless you. Tukjiche, kutsiring. Then I walk away peacefully. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm like this. And I'm like this, Sometimes, I love what, I'm not a Christian, but I love what Jesus said. May all shall be forgiven. May all shall be forgiven in the eyes of the truth. That's it. That is a man, Sometime in Bhutan, in Tibet, we have this kind of like a ridiculous saying. Men always like to show off to each other by saying, if you're Pao, you need to be able to fight people. You need to have money and a fancy car. You need to have many, many girlfriends. Aniti, you are very Pao. No. That is the biggest loser. Real Pao is no enemy, inner wisdom, inner compassion, always humble, never changing, always transparent, always have integrity and humility. That is a Pao. Speak when you need to speak. Keep quiet when you need to keep quiet. Stand when you need to stand. Protect the innocent. Do what is right. And most importantly, be completely yourself and live life to the fullest. And remember, every day, bring with you love. Love is beautiful. Love doesn't mean that you have to love someone. No, just genuine love. Spread it. Spread it everywhere you can, because we desperately need it. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. My goodness. Chapje Rinpoche. That was quite powerful. Rinpoche, I just wanted to ask you, based on Rinpoche's story, what do Rinpoche think all these experiences taught you? Because I noticed that Chapje Rinpoche kept mentioning be grateful and love life and all that. But when somebody is actually really struggling at the rock bottom, it's very difficult to be grateful.
Yes. And
what has all these experiences taught Rinpoche? And why do you think it happened? Why did such a great spiritual master like Chapje Rinpoche yourself have to go through that?
It happened.
Yes.
I had to take the task. And to be really honest with you, Bamla, from my heart to your heart, my word is, we shall never give up. We shall never give up. Because at the end of the day, you have such special people in your life. In your case, lovely husband, devoted and loyal husband, lovely 3 children. And I'm sure you have wonderful family members, wonderful true friends. Look at their faces and look at their smiles. Amazing. And how many people, through watching your videos, some you don't even know, but they genuinely admire you. They genuinely love you. They genuinely support you. Look at their smiles. Hear their honest and kind words. For me, the best thing that helped me was 2 things. I told myself, am I going to be a loser? Or am I going to be victorious? I told myself, I will be victorious. I will fight to the death, I won't let anything to bash me down. I will always win. And to be honest with you, Pamela, through my journey, and I feel like whatever happened to me, it happened. Because, as you know, everything is unpredictable. People are people. Human beings are human beings. It was a great lesson. I'm very grateful for whatever happened to me. I mean, it was hell. It was true hell. But you look at me now, I didn't turn out to become a monster instead. Or I did not fight back to them. I did not become bitter and fight back. No, I did something even greater. I just look at them and say, I forgive you. I forgive you. I learned my lesson. I will keep my safe distance. That's it. Just like that, Pamela. I won't know what you're going through. I cannot fathom it. But I can give you a heartfelt wish. And a word is, you know your strength. You know your value. You must always have three things: your integrity, your honor, and your heart.